President-elect Trump is backing Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy after a fiery debate online in the MAGA community on H-1B visas for foreign workers, saying, quote, "I've always liked the visas. I've always been in favor of the visas. That's why I have them. We have them. I have many H-1B visas on my properties. I've been a believer in H-1B. I've used it many times. It's a great program." Our next guest writes that this disagreement we're seeing in the GOP camp, well, it's okay. It's how politics should work. Author of the op-ed, David Marcus, joins us now. Good morning, David. I think you're right. I think you're unassailably right. But it was contentious there for a while. Maybe still is, but it was contentious on the right over this debate.
Got a little zesty, a little bit like a Cowboys-Eagles game, right?
Oh, God. So, yeah, here's David, Eagles fan coming in, taking his swipe this morning. What 41-7? We're going to set that aside and deal with the less contentious debate here. That's H-1B visas.
Sounds good. Look, I think both Ramaswamy and Musk got out a little over their skis. Vivek's weird diatribe about American kids having too many sleepovers really, kind of went over like a ton of bricks. And then Musk was saying, "I wish I had twice as many foreign workers." And you had a lot of America First Trump supporters saying, "Hey, buddy, read the room." And where we landed is, and President Trump sees this, is with really legitimate competing interests here. Yes, we absolutely want to attract the best and the brightest of the United States. We also want to make sure that that kid who graduates with a degree in architecture isn't facing unfair foreign competition that's not only going to undercut him in terms of wages, but an H-1B visa holder, you lose your job, you get deported. That's an awful lot of leverage that you're handing over to owners. So again, legitimate competing interests and a good debate has come out of it.
Well, and I want to go in just a moment. I want to go back to the real healthy side of this. But the point you're also making, this debate has legitimacy both on a deep philosophical level and on a surface policy level, meaning we should be talking about H-1B visas and how they're being abused and the problems in that system. And hopefully President Trump, I think he does based upon his first term, sees that and might go about correcting those problems in the policy. And then there's the philosophical stuff. Hey, America first. Shouldn't you be prioritizing the interest of Americans?
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right. And, this is the United States of America, and you can be the richest man in the world. It's not going to protect you from blowback when American citizens feel like, you're not putting them first. And look, I think Musk has walked some of this back. He now says that he thinks that it should be very expensive to hire an H-1B visa applicant. And I think that's absolutely right. And that speaks to really, the point that he was making was, he says he's talking about like NBA stars. I want the Albert Einsteins, and that's fine. But that's a very different conversation than accountants and graphic designers and people who are holding jobs that American citizens need.
That's exactly right. And then if the American worker is told, hey, we need to import workers to pick crops, you're not going to do that. And, oh, by the way, we also need these really highly skilled jobs to import. What are you leaving the American worker with? What are you telling the American worker they're good for if you need to bring people from across the world to do jobs on all ends of the spectrum?
I don't know. It's sitting at home, scrolling on your screen and ordering from Amazon, I presume, right?
Right.
And that's also part of the cultural question here that I think Ramaswamy kind of kicked the door down of, which is that, look, most Americans don't want to work 80 hours a week until they die to make, big tech more money. That's not the American dream. And the American government doesn't exist to help billionaires make more money. It exists to help everyday Americans live the way they want to live, not as cogs in some machine.
I really like that point, David, because there's more to a country and more to a person than your economic output. That is important, but there is way more to a nation than its GDP. Last, because this is the crux of what you wrote about. This is good. This is all good. This is the way it's supposed to work. You're supposed to have these open conversations, debates, and after being accused of being acolytes at the altar of Trump or in a cult, the left is watching the right actually have a real, as we pointed out, policy and philosophical debate.
Yes, and they're terribly disappointed that this has not destroyed MAGA and made everybody hate each other. I mean, look, we can have these conversations, we can have these disagreements, we can all get smarter by doing it, and that's what America is. So God bless it.
Listen, man, you don't have to wake up at 7:30, 7:40, angry, got a hold of your hairdryer, sitting in front of your modern art, telling me about the Eagles beating the Cowboys. You don't kick a man when he's down, okay? You're 13-3 or something like that. I'm nobody right now, just America's team. So you don't have to do this. Just win with grace.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Philly, noted to win and lose with grace. Thank you, David.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.